Hi everyone, welcome back. Hope you all are doing well. Ramadan is approaching, and like every year, this time again back with some preparations that could be done ahead of time. These are really simple tips and recipes being shown so that you could spend less time in cooking and more on prayers in the holy month. I had included lots of tips and easy recipes, especially frozen ones, in other Ramadan preparation videos. Don't forget to check them out. The link to all those videos will be shared in the description box. Hope this video is also useful to you all in this Ramadan. Keep watching. So let's begin with a simple one. It's seasoned breadcrumbs. Now breadcrumbs are really easy to prepare. You can make it in an oven or simply in a pan. Just blend few bread slices to soft crumbs. Now you can use these if you're preparing at the same time, but for storing you need to make it crispy. Here for the seasoning, I added dried oregano, dried parsley, dried basil, garlic powder, onion powder, and crushed black pepper. Keep on very low flame and slow cook the crumbs until it becomes crispy. If you keep on high flame, it would burn and give a bitter taste. So make sure it's in very low flame and keep stirring. When you rub within your fingers, you should hear that crispy sound. And now it's ready. Let that cool completely. Store in a glass jar. And this is your seasoned breadcrumbs. You can use this for various snacks, and in this video showing you chicken nuggets. For this you'll need 1 kilo boneless chicken pieces, or you can use minced chicken. To that goes 1 teaspoon onion powder, 1 teaspoon garlic powder. Then goes crushed black pepper, a handful coriander leaves, some salt, and blend well in a food processor. You can also use a strong blender if you don't have a food processor. So this is the consistency you need to get. It would be sticky to touch, but do not use oil. Instead, keep some filtered water next to you. To get equal size, I have used a measuring spoon, that's 1 tablespoon. Dip your hand and the spoon in water before preparing. Each time you take out the minced chicken, make sure you dip in water. You don't have to get a perfect shape for nuggets, but if you want so, then place the chicken mix in between baking paper and then roll or press to a square shape, then cut in equal pieces. It's up to you, and that's complete. You need 3 bowls. Add flour in one, beaten egg in another, the seasoned breadcrumbs in the third one. First, dip each piece in the flour, then dip in the egg, and then finally coat it with breadcrumbs. You can even do this in plain breadcrumbs. Time to deep fry the nuggets. Keep on medium flame and the oil should be hot enough. Don't keep the flame low or high. The nuggets won't get cooked well. Keep turning once you see a change in color on the rim. The darker shade of these nuggets are by using seasoned breadcrumbs. The taste is amazing. Do try it, I'm sure you will love it. Now this, if you want to store, you can keep in a Ziploc bag or airtight container. Place it in a freezer and it can be stored for 1 month. Serve the hot nuggets with ketchup or any of your favorite dips. This is homemade ketchup and the recipe coming right away. So keep watching. The nuggets are crispy and perfectly cooked inside. Your kids will love to have them. For homemade ketchup, use good quality tomatoes that's bright red and very ripe. It should look fleshy. I'm preparing ketchup with 1 kilo tomatoes, so the rest of the ingredients are taken accordingly. You will need 1 small onion and 3 small garlic cloves. Cut out the top center part of each tomato. You need to cook the tomatoes, so to make it faster, chop the tomatoes and add to a big pot. Then goes the garlic cloves and 1 small onion chopped in medium size. Then you will need 4 cloves. Cinnamon. Now cinnamon I had in pieces, so I took 2 small pieces. Last, add a cup of water. Cover and cook on medium flame till the tomatoes are really soft. Let that cool down completely. This has cooled down. Now from this you have to remove the cinnamon sticks. I had put 2 small pieces, so taking that out. And out of 4 cloves, you need to remove 2. So the other 2 will remain in the pot itself. It's time to blend. Add that to the same or a different pot, but strain before adding. So now you get this puree. Now to this add half cup sugar, salt around 1 to 1.5 teaspoon, a pinch of crushed black pepper, and 1/4 cup vinegar. Give a mix and place it back on medium flame. That's 1 heaped tablespoon of Kashmiri red chili powder. It gives a good color and a bit of heat. Boil on medium heat. Keep stirring so that it doesn't burn. Boil till the mixture has reduced to a thick gravy. When cooling, it would get more thick. So this is the correct consistency you need to get. Store that in a bottle and place in the refrigerator. This would definitely stay good for at least a month. It has a good color and you can have it without guilt. Next, let's see how to store cashew paste so that you can use in your boring gravies to add taste. This is almost same like preparing peanut butter. So basically this is preparing cashew butter. Here I have taken 2 cups cashews. Roast that on low flame and keep stirring so that it doesn't burn. When the color changes to a lighter shade, keep that to cool down but not completely. While it's still warm, you need to blend it so that the oil oozes out. Remove the ones that's burned or else it can give a bitter taste. Add to a food processor or a strong blender. Make a powder texture, scrape the sides, and then goes 2 tablespoons sunflower oil and a teaspoon of salt. Now blend till it becomes creamy. It should be almost like a texture of tahina. And this is ready now. Store that in a glass bottle. I had little more left, so add it to another bottle. And it's ready to go into the fridge. Now let me show you a simple paneer curry with less ingredients. Adding the cashew paste, it tasted delicious. Heat oil in a pot. Saute chopped onion and some green chilies. Then goes chopped tomatoes. Add some salt. Cover and cook on low flame. Add little water and mix again. When the tomatoes are soft, add turmeric powder, coriander powder and some garam masala powder. Mix well till the raw smell of the spices are gone. Add some warm water or up to the required quantity. Even if the curry goes a bit watery, it doesn't matter. The cashew paste will add thickness. Cover and let it boil. Add few paneer cubes and mix. After 5 minutes of boiling on low-medium flame, time to add the cashew paste. I had kept this in the fridge and I'm preparing this curry after a week. You can see it's still creamy and not hard after keeping in the fridge. A spoon of the paste would be more than enough to make the gravy thick, and as it sits, it would go more thick. Finally goes in chopped coriander leaves, and that's done. A simple yet delicious curry is ready. Next is another tip that I got from my mother-in-law. You can use this for preparing various snacks and desserts. And that's by using ripe plantains. Chop in medium size. Heat a pan, preferably non-stick. The amount of ghee depends on the quantity of banana you're using. I don't recommend to use any other banana. Do use plantains for this. Cook the chopped plantains until it changes the color. Then add sugar if needed. You can also use powdered jaggery if you want. Mix and it's done. Once it cools down completely, store in an airtight jar. You can keep this in the refrigerator for 4 or 5 days, but if you want to store for more days, keep in batches and store in the freezer. Showing a simple dessert or a pudding, whatever you may call. Roast crushed vermicelli in some hot ghee. Once it changes the color, add 2 cups hot milk gradually and keep mixing. Cover and cook on very low flame. After 5 minutes, give a mix and switch off the flame. Let that cool down. Then you will need some chopped nuts. This is basil seeds or black couscous. Soak 1 tablespoon in some water so that it fluffs up. Here I have taken mangoes cut in cubes, then vanilla ice cream, the prepared banana, mixed nuts and raisins, soaked basil seeds and the vermicelli. Take tall glasses for serving. The layering is up to you. Let me show you how I did. Added mango pieces at the bottom. Then goes vanilla ice cream. You may use thick fresh cream or thick yogurt, it's up to you. Then goes couscous. That's the vermicelli. Chopped nuts. The cooked banana. Again goes the couscous. Adding more ice cream. Garnish with some nuts on top. Place it back in the fridge before serving because this tastes amazing when chilled. The remaining vermicelli you can store in a glass jar and place it in the refrigerator. I shall show more recipes with these in another video. Next is another tip to store shredded chicken that you can use for various fillings in samosas, puffs or any other. Marinate chicken pieces with some salt, red chili powder, turmeric powder and some oil. keep aside for 30 minutes. Now I have used air fryer for frying the chicken pieces. If you want to avoid frying in oil, you can cook the chicken in a vessel adding some water. Once fried or cooked, shred the chicken in a pan. Since I have shredded with my hands, it can spoil if I store as such. So keep back on heat and toss for some time. Once it's completely cooled down, store in a Ziploc bag. I bought these bags from Amazon and shall share the link below in the description box. These are good quality ones and reusable. It comes in different sizes and I have used the biggest size here. These doesn't stick to each other, so you can store all together. This goes straight into the freezer. A simple filling that you can quickly prepare if you're on a very busy schedule. Heat some oil and add the shredded chicken. Add chopped coriander leaves. Toss well. To that goes red chili flakes. While filling samosas, puffs or any other, add some shredded mozzarella cheese and then goes the filling. This is a very simple yet tasty, cheesy chicken filling that you could do on busy days. Similarly, let's move on to some very simple recipes yet no compromising on the taste. Beginning with the raw papaya pickle. For this you'll need one big raw papaya that's chopped into thin and small pieces. Pickle always tastes the best when prepared in sesame oil. Use half to 3/4 cup of oil. Splatter 1 to 1.5 tablespoon of mustard seeds. Then you'll need half cup garlic cloves sliced in half and some curry leaves. Once the mustard seeds are splattered completely, add the garlic cloves and curry leaves. After a minute, add 2 teaspoons salt, 4 teaspoons red chili powder and 2 tablespoons Kashmiri red chili powder. Then goes 1/4 cup vinegar. Mix well. That's hing or asafoetida, around half teaspoon. Mix well for 30 seconds and finally add the papaya. You can switch off the flame and do so. Mix everything very well. Now at this point, you can check the salt and spiciness. If you want it more spicy, add red chili powder to the hot oil. Mix it well in the oil and then mix all together. And that's done. Once it cools down, store in a glass bottle and keep in the refrigerator. I know I have been talking a lot about Avil milk these days and I can keep talking because it's a very refreshing as well as filling item. My family doesn't love oats, so why not try substituting overnight oats with overnight Avil milk, which could be the best for having at suhoor. This can be prepared the night before and let's see how. You can use an airtight jar like this or a big cup, whichever is convenient for placing in the fridge. Take the needed amount of Avil or poha or the flattened rice, whichever you may call. I've used almost 1 cup for 1 serving. Wash well and drain the water. Add half of the Avil to the glass jar. Slice banana. Here I've used small banana, which tastes the best for Avil milk, but instead of this you can use ripe plantain or even mango. Then go some nuts. You can use mixed nuts and some dry fruits too. Sugar is optional. If you're looking for a healthy version, you may skip, but make sure the fruits that you're using is very ripe to add sweetness. Then goes the rest of the Avil or poha. I prefer storing this way in the refrigerator. You can add milk and then store. I like adding cold milk just before having it. And that's your refreshing and filling overnight Avil milk, just perfect for suhoor. Moving to the next easy recipe, it's a very simple chicken dish with very less ingredients. Here I'm preparing with 1 kilo chicken. For that you'll need around 10 to 12 shallots. Slice the shallots and keep aside. As I said, this is for 1 kilo chicken pieces. Cut into small pieces. You can even use boneless if you have. Wash well and drain. Marinate the chicken pieces with some salt and turmeric powder. Mix well and keep aside until needed. Heat some coconut oil in a kadai. Add sliced shallots. Then goes curry leaves. And that's dried red chilies. Fry the shallots, curry leaves and the chilies till the shallots are light brown in color. Now add the chicken pieces. Mix well. Now keep it covered and let it cook on low flame. But don't forget to give a mix in between. I know this is a very simple dish, but this is really tasty. This recipe is from the sister who helps me in the kitchen. I had prepared this dish for my family when they came home last time, which you might have seen in my previous vlog. Everyone really appreciated the dish. So don't forget to try this easy yet tasty dish. Definitely there would be lots of fruits left over in Ramadan. So one recipe using those fruits is by preparing sweet paratha. Here I have used very ripe bananas. You can also use apples, mangoes, pears and such and follow the same. Adding grated coconut gives a good taste and a bit of crunchiness. Then add milk powder, salt. The measurements are in the description box. Now mash the ingredients well. If you're using apple, do grate the apples before mixing. Slowly add wheat flour, some ghee and keep kneading, making it a soft dough. It should be a sticky consistency. Only then the parathas will be soft and tasty. If you feel the dough is hard, you may add some water or milk. So here I have made big dough balls and let that rest for at least 10 minutes. Use a sheet and oil the surface. Place an iron pan on low heat. Place each dough on the sheet and flatten it to a roti shape. Use some oil to spread easily. It shouldn't be thin like a chapati and not too thick as it may not cook well. Spread some oil or ghee, place the roti and cook on low heat. Since there is banana in this, it tends to burn fast. So make sure you're keeping on low heat. Many of you had been asking about this oil brush. This is something I saw from my co-sister Sabina and felt really convenient in using. She had bought that from Amazon and then me too. Shall share the link in the description box. And that's the sweet paratha. So that ends for today's video and I hope you all found it useful. Do share among your friends and families. Shall share more simple recipes and tips in some other vlog. Stay tuned. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.